You're probably going to need to buy more regen. Time walk that one too. Oh, you have it now and you didn't do it. I would just, okay, kind of weird tombstone. Okay, Faceless Void. Looks like you're the carry if I had to guess. Well, right now your items look fine.
So I'm calling it right here and now.
I would hold your skill point though. I wouldn't expect them to kill you as long as you're safely positioned, but there's definitely no reason to die for no reason. So hold the skill point. If you do need time walk, take it. And if you do end up like, oh, we can go for a kill and I need bash, then you can level up bash. This can actually make controlling creeps a little difficult because you can't necessarily know when you're going to bash. And now that we see two ranged heroes, you're probably not going to use this very much. So Time Walk might be a little better to remove Fade Bolt, or to actually see it. Actually, you just got hit by it. So you could like Time Walk that off. And I don't think you would really miss Bash for the first level, but you would get some extra health. And you can start using some of your mana, which Bash does not use. So if you Time Walked, you'd already start regenning it. You're probably going to need to buy more regen. Time walk that one too. Oh, you have it now and you didn't do it. I would just, okay, kind of weird tombstone. But yeah, just removing the damage you take can be quite useful. They don't really have follow-up after Fade Bolt, you know? Like, that's the big burst. So if you remove that, then you just can't, like, go too crazy because it's a 24-second cooldown. But, like, Fade Bolt is a 16-second cooldown. So he'll probably try to Fade Bolt you again after that, but that's whatever. You will probably need to buy more tangos, though, because they're double ranged. They're taking a lot of harass. I think you already did buy another set, actually. I don't think you're necessarily fighting to need that. This Undying actually needs to play more aggressive. Yeah, so remember when we said we can't play too aggressive when we don't have Time Walk? So you used it. That's fine. All these creeps will push up to you. And we can't risk dying because this is a lot of creeps. And if we die now, they'll all get killed by the tower. So I know it's sad to miss one range creep, but just tell the Undying to go get this range creep. And you wait back here for Time Walk to come back up, and for these creeps to move in into a safer position. If you don't go, you take some too much damage, can't Time Walk, Fade Bolt, dead, and now all these creeps are going to be missed. So sometimes you do have to just let creeps go, rather than risk dying. You know, that feels really sad, missing that many creeps. I see you got the Glove of Haste, and you can either go for like Power Treads or Morbid Mask pretty quickly, depending like what you need to jungle. He's a decent jungler with Power Treads and Time Lock, and he can get away without having the Morbid Mask. But I also think if you were to just take the Gloves of Haste and then go for Morbid Mask, that would also let you jungle. So I'm not fully sure. But just doing what you can for the last hits. So instead of pinging him, just do some creep aggro stuff. So like right here. So walk up to about where my mouse is. Actually, you don't have to do it yet. You can be back here for now. Wait. And then see this creep is starting to get low. And I don't want to walk up that far to get it. So you're going to like walk up to around where your range creep is, around here. You're going to attack Io or Rubik. That's going to draw aggro. You're not actually going to do the attack. You're just issuing the attack command. That's going to aggro this creep. And he's going to start walking towards you. And this is a safer position for you to last hit. And you can even like step back a little bit to drag him further. Eventually, he's going to lose aggro though. So that timing, just get a feel for that. And that way you can attack from like over here rather than like back here. So that's like one more last hit you can get. It's okay though. It's starting to push into you. You just keep like pulling him back. Just keep like dragging creep aggro. Undying's not being useful, you know? We can say that. We can say he's not playing well, and then that's fine. Let's let that go after that. So just focusing on what you can do, just keep... You want equilibrium to swing. Like, once you realize he's not doing his job, you want it to swing back and forth. Because you can last hit under your tower, and if you have a huge creep wave, you can play, like, get the last hits, push the wave, time walk to safety if you need to, but they also shouldn't play too aggressive because you have so many creeps. If you stay in equilibrium and balance it, you're going to experience what you're currently experiencing, which is that these guys are just going to constantly out harass you because it's 2 ranged heroes and they have better regen anyways with an IO with a headdress, and you're a melee hero. So you don't want it to stand still. You actually want to ruin equilibrium and cause it to bounce back and forth, because it's actually quite tough to get a lot of denies if there's too many creeps. So in that way, you're going to shove the lane in, be there for the XP. You won't get all the last hits, but that's fine. That's not the goal anymore in a lane that's like clearly weird because of what Undying's doing. So you're going to have the lane shove back and forth to help you get some last hits and get the XP. You will get all the XP if there's no denies. And with those levels, they give you some extra stats. You pick up this Glove of Haste, either Power Treads or Morbid Mask, and you make your way to start jungling. If you're going to jungle, instead of boots, I would probably pick up a Band of Elven Skin because it'll give you a little more damage, attack speed, and armor, which is good for jungling. Boots, the move speed between camps is useful, but you're so early in the game that won't really be what holds you back. You're going to spend a lot of time hitting these creeps. So I would say Elven Skin's probably better, or even a Morbid Mask to stay healthy, but I'm not a carry player, so I don't have a strong feeling for which is better for every single hero. It's fine. Okay, see, this is kind of like risky a bit. You have more health, but you don't have Time Walk, and in fact, you're taking other skills. You need to max Time Walk in a rough lane like this. You need Time Walk so you can approach and get out safely. You don't really need Time Dilation. You're not going to get kills this lane because it's not going very well. Technically, you guys could get kills, but Undying's just not playing very well. I don't mean to like flame the guy, but like for your own game, you need to adapt and you need to realize he's not doing like that hot. Maybe he's not an Undying player. I don't know. But like I can't go for kills, and so like 2 points in Time Lock and 1 in Time Dilation, and then 1 point in Time Walk doesn't make much sense because we just need to make sure we survive, and Time Walk is the best skill for that. By level 3, you should have 2 points in Time Walk because the timing goes down by 6 seconds, and that means you can walk in. Like, for example, here, you still shouldn't necessarily walk up that far right now. You probably can't die here because you're full health, and they only have like 1 burst spell, but you could take a lot of damage that you can't remove. So you should miss this last hit. But if you had 2 points in Time Walk, you would be able to walk up right around now and feel safe because you can Time Walk right after that. They're not diving you. They're not pushing. They're not really doing anything. And so now you are able to last it because you've rubber banded the wave back here. Whereas when I was sitting here, it was very hard for you. Instead of standing still and attacking though, just like keep walking around. Look how much damage these creeps are doing to you. Just walk it in circles around this tower, or even drag it all the way back here. Drag it back here. That's fine too. They're going to be too scared to do it. I have a feeling. And then you can just keep it here. It'll fight the creeps, and then you'll feel more comfortable. But even if you want to keep it under the tower, still just walk in circles so that the creeps can't attack you that much. And now see, you have a big creep wave, so you can shove this lane out relatively safely, and then you can go jungle. So like, I don't care about denies too much. I would just like get these last hits, then go farm the small camp. An exercise you should do. Everyone should try this actually. It's very useful, whether you're a core or support, to have a feel for this. Pick a carry, just jungle level 1. See what your net worth is by 10 minutes. It tends to be around like 2.5 to 4K, depending on the hero. Now, obviously, there are tactical issues for doing that. But net worth-wise, of a carry, 4K is not bad. 2.5K, pretty bad at 10 minutes. But if you're doing worse in the lane, then that's no good. You're doing pretty decent above that rate. But you need to have a good feel, Dota players in general, a good feel for like when is being in the lane worse than just being in the jungle. And so it's almost always better to start in the lane, get something, and then go jungle. But you want to have a feeling for that. And the way I do that is I do a custom game where I just like jungle for a bit and see what my net worth is. And it's like, wow, so if I'm getting stomped so hard that I have less than 2K net worth at 10 minutes, I actually would have just been better off jungling at level 2 instead of repeatedly dying in lane. And now I know. Now I ditch the lane that soon. Something like that. Now Now, you're not being totally shut out of this lane, but you can't stay here that long either. As you can see, like, you're getting harassed too hard. So that's why I'm saying, like, we shove the lane and then we go jungle. It's going to be overall better for your net worth, and you're the carry. That's your main focus. Let's do that instead of trying to, like, stick to this idea of, like, oh, good equilibrium, get denies, all that stuff. That is generally good, but that's not the formula for every game. And to me, this is one of those games where it's like, it's not working, right? I don't want to be here. I just need to get net worth by getting the last hits I can and then going to the jungle. Because jungling with power treads and these items, way easier than jungling with nothing, you know? So get what you can out of the lane and then go jungle. We're now going to open the next replay.